So today is the first day of filming episode 7. Today is March 21st, the first day of spring. I am currently under quarantine due to the coronavirus. And I am literally filming episodes 6 and 7 back to back. I finished filming 6 on this set about 3 days ago, although there is one more Lego scene I did need to film that I rewrote. And this is like one of the last scenes of episode 7 where Mr. Hugh is really upset. And when this comes out, you'll have already seen the episode. But yeah, this is the parkour set, but I'm more focused on that right now. And this is how we're gonna start the 7 behind the scenes. Filming this is not fun. I've had to take these two off. Yes, the engines under the tarps are Boko, Den, Mavis, Salty, Dart, Splatter, Dodge, and Diesel. But like, even just going like, yeah. It's just like breathing is not necessary. And then filming this, I have had to film 2 things in stop motion so far. It's just not fun, and I'm really excited for this to be over. So let's get this done. I'm not even like a quarter of the way done. This backdrop has had a tendency to slide backwards, so the grass is shown. So I decided to take advantage of pulling Boko and Dan off the set and put them behind here to hold the set in place. So that's helpful. I've had to turn the set like twice now, and I'm genuinely praying that this is like the last time I have to do it, because honestly it's a nightmare and it hurts my fingers placing them hard like this and just turning the base plate without knocking off the tarps and knocking everything over. So it's a good time. The scene is complete, and thank God. This was not fun to film, but it's totally worth it because the scene looks really good, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out in the final product. So at the time I'm recording this, Trim Engine Studios released his video like 5 or 6 hours ago about Gordon going over this thing, so I decided to build it myself. I have built sets based around this thing before. This is basically like my version of this is my temporary version of the old Iron Bridge until I can get the resources necessary to build like a really sick one, like Enterprising or something. But the way I have it is just like that. All engines are gonna start going that way, and then I have that to make it a soft landing. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna turn them on. I'm gonna use string, and then I'm just gonna like pull them off once they get off screen. So I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna do this, but it ought to be interesting. So let's give it a shot. It is kind of nice rebuilding old sets, because while it is tedious trying to reset it up with every detail, it's worth it. And it shows how things have evolved over time, because this takes place like almost 50 years after when I initially filmed it. Like when I initially filmed it, it took place in like the late 1910s, like 1917, 18. Now this is like 54 or 55. So it is easy to see how things have evolved over time, and it's safe to say that things have evolved over time. And I think I can show that with the bigger trees on the set, besides that a little one. This is actually a pretty decent set. It's a little horse farm. I know it's supposed to be sheep, but I only have 1 sheep, and it's like the size of that horse, which is not going to be seen, which is like twice the size of Sir Handel over there. So that's just not going to work. The sheep would be twice the size of Sir Handel. So I just decided to go with these little horses I have, and I'm just improvising. So basic set, little river back there, which I quite like. I might move that down a little bit, but other than that, it's pretty good. I like it. It's always nice to take a break. This is the first time I've really done this, but I'm just taking a break from filming and just eating some lunch, and it's refreshing. So it's April 5th. I really didn't film much on this set this week since I had online schooling and lacking motivation, but I finally got it done. I really only had like 3 scenes left. And so now it's time to take down this set, which is gonna suck. It's been almost 5 months, honestly. It's sad that it took me this long to get back to work, but oh man, is it good to be back to work. I am so excited. I'm so ready to finish this episode. I'm so ready to get it out there. I'm so ready to move on to other things. So this is the second half of Old Faithful. I only managed to get one set today, but I did manage to get 4 shots filmed, with one with each of the narrow gauge engines, and I might do a couple tomorrow on this set just for stock footage. But other than that, I'm done. I'm ready to move on, and I'm gonna do that tomorrow since it's late. This is another really cool set that I built. It's the picnic area from season 4. Not much to say really, just trees and moss in the background, tables and chairs here, and then the singular track. But other than that, not much. But I do like it, turned out pretty cool. So it's time to move on. And that is a wrap. It is 11 o'clock at night on August 25th, I believe. I could be wrong about that. But I do want to show off this final set real quick. So basically, I took off this grass mat, built a little Lego structure underneath. It's like all the way to about here, and then it curves, and then it curves again here. And then I put trees and moss on either side of the little hill, and I just had the engine go from here to here. But yeah, that's a wrap on the episode. It took about 5 months to film. Or not really. I mean, I took a 3 or 4 month break in between the first and second half of filming, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. Good experience, a lot of fun, and I'm ready to get started on editing. So I decided to come back downstairs and do a couple of tracking shots. I did one with Rheneas, I think I did one with Skarloey too, I forget, and I did one with Henry on 2 tracks. So the way I did Henry's was actually pretty cool. As you can see, I have Murdoch over there, and he passed the goods train, but he's not pulling the entire goods train. So for the first shot, I had the camera facing like this with Henry, and Murdoch passed pulling these 3 trucks. And then in the second shot, I had the camera facing Henry's face. It might have been the other way around for the first and second shot. But I had Murdoch off screen pull these 5 trucks and the brake van along. I think I'm gonna swap the shots, but oh well. And so that's kind of how I did it, so that Murdoch's train didn't take up half the freaking layout and I wouldn't have to start him too soon where you could still see the buckets. So that's how I did that, and I think it's pretty cool how it turned out. So hopefully you guys like that.